Hello! I know, shouldn't do that. Kevin with reverse gear here. As you can see, check out those goofy off-road wheels over here. Yes, this is another 63, but that is titled as a 64 project car. This one has a much better, where's my finger in the picture? Better roof, and it's not a Baja. Surprising by those tires, it's not a Baja. So, just gonna go over things here. I just got done doing a vlog on the comedy channel, which you notice is separate because I got complaints. Don't worry, I won't do that again. If you want to watch the comedy channel, you can find it. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You can find it. There's one guy, one subscriber. His name is Mike, I believe. Sorry, Mike, if I got your name wrong, because right now I don't have it in my face and I can't remember squat. So, I'm sure everybody's wondering about what's going on with reverse gear. I know I haven't done anything in a while except for, I think I posted something on there. Oh, working on the 77 Ford truck, putting leg pipes on the side of it. I'm trying to make a temporary wasteland vehicle to go play Mad Max with people, because that's one of my passions. Actually, it's just a for me, it's an excuse to go camping in an odd way and bring my vehicle. So yeah, everybody keeps asking about the demolition derby. Demolition derby in this town, well, for me, it's pretty much dead. There's the Buckeye Derby. You're lucky if 5 cars show up there. State Fair. Guy's in his 80s. Hopefully he's still alive. He's in his 80s. He's done. He's the only good promoter out there. He's the only one that could pull this stuff together. Not to say there aren't some good derbies in Tucson, but I'm not at the point to derby just to be derbying. Those days for me are gone. The excitement of just doing it, unfortunately, is gone. Even a good derby, I don't even know if I'd even care to go to, if I could make the Metal Mayhem or any of this Utah stuff. I've just kind of, it's just burnt me out here. I'll get in that in a moment. Since one local idiot's been talking crap how I'm a cheater. I only cheated because you guys made it to where you had to cheat. I always hated that term, cheat to compete, or it got so bad here that, and this is why the derbies are closing, because any guy that sees it and builds a stock car and goes in there and gets his butt hammered, he ain't going back to it. People aren't stupid. These people think they're so cunning with their stuff. And I warned them before I started cheating. I said, I'm telling you to stop doing this crap now. Otherwise, as a heavy equipment metal fabricator with, let's just say, the means to an end, sitting in a steel yard, you're going to want to stop doing this crap. So that's what really killed it. And that's pretty much what I did. I was going to be nice and not release the videos, but the guys, I don't know, people have no respect, so that's the other thing. I did that for quite many years. I was pretty good at it. I had more bad luck. Don't make any excuses. The bad luck is my own fault. It takes a lot of work to keep an eye on your car and know what's going to break. That's a few times stuff I should have checked, should have fixed is always what kept me from winning. So that's pretty much what killed it. Well, I wondered, and it kind of, everybody's like, oh, I was told once you start winning, it's going to become more addictive. And it was the opposite for me. Once it was no longer a challenge, I didn't find much enjoyment anymore. So, yep, that's why, if you're wondering why I'm doing the comedy thing, comedy is a big freaking challenge. So, yeah, I just thrive on trying to do something that's supposed to be impossible, or that's really hard. So now going back to the cheating thing, I flat out told people that I was cheating, so don't be acting like I'm a sneaky son of a bitch. I ain't telling people I have no respect for. That's right, I ain't telling the jackasses out there, jack-offs, that that's what I did in my car. I told the officials, I straight out told the officials, I'm cheating like hell. But unless you can find it, and you know, it's up to you. And they said, yeah, we agree. We know all these cards are cheated up. But if I can't find it, can't see it, there ain't nothing I can do. So officials had no problem with my cars. Yeah, if you were ever there at the Derby and noticing that they just gave it a like, yeah, looks fine to me. Well, it's because I was always honest. And I even told my close associate friends exactly what I did. So that's what I'm thinking here. It's because you guys want stuff to see. And you want to get stuff that's Derby related. I'm going to release the secret tapes of the build of Master Blaster, which you didn't see, and why that car still exists today. As for if you want me to do more Derby videos, about the only thing I got over here, past the bug, past the welder, right here is an Olds 350 I'm building for my friend. You can still the zoomies on it. Sort of. Sorry. I can't switch this camera back and forth. But yeah, it's got zoomies. I got to finish tacking those up and fully welding those. And I'm going to build, which I don't know how many are out there. To me, it's the first engine cradle for a Oldsmobile. This is an Oldsmobile. Don't think that I was an idiot and pulled a Cutlass and it had a Chevy 350. I'm like, oh, it's an Olds 350. No, this is an Oldsmobile. I like the Oldsmobiles. The fuel pumps up higher. Looking at it right now, which you can't see, it's got looks like it's got an oil filter thing that sticks out the side. It's built out of aluminum, but I could, if I want to be a trick son of a bitch, I would use that to make an oil cooler thing, I could do it. I could tap and bore that sucker and take it off the engine completely, so you don't have to worry. It's in a spot that probably can get a hit, but it might not be a bad idea. So yeah, I got to finish that for him. That would have been a good bomber engine. That would have been a good motor, except when I did a compression check on it, it was out of spec. So it's a good Derby motor. I know that's probably, except I don't know. I have so many friends that can't give Olds engines away, because that is a 1972 Olds 350. It's got, of all the 350s, that's one of the Oldsmobiles, pre-emissions. It's a pretty good engine. It has power. It's got, I think it's just one cylinder's way pretty far out, and the other cylinders are like on the edge of compression ratio. But that thing, it does move. It's pretty good for a stock engine, and it seems to handle heat. And I lucked out. I nosed the wagon up so bad. I was hitting people with the harmonic balancer, and oh my God, surprisingly, it did not destroy the crank on that. I broke the steering column out of that car too, so it just got so undrivable. That's what got it shut off early. So even though the nose was sky high, so that's about all I got for that. But trying to convince the wife to let me do something crazy stupid of the demo cross, which we're using. Oh, these guys, man. You talk about guys that don't know how to cheat and don't cheat, except for there's some weird stuff going on there. But anyways, these bone stock freaking cars, their only big concern is taking the airbags out of, which I understand that, but they don't move the gas tanks, which these guys are getting away with it because take your Honda modern car, the gas tank's under the car in front of the rear axle, so it's kind of safe. Plus they're plastic, man. You can munch those things without ever leaking. So, but yeah, that's it. The guys that have got it figured out are, oh, man, I can't see them be that cheap. They're using all-wheel drive Subarus, and they're out there doing. But what's so funny is these guys are just, some of these guys are balls out, and you can't jump any modern car. I don't care if you jump in a pickup truck. These guys, and this is where you learn the tricks, and you can beat these guys eventually. Your car can last longer. They are just nosing over so hard. They are ripping the bottom core support out of the car with the radiator, and then these cars are just done. The other problem I have is they do not know fires, man. They do not. So we're gonna have to start adding Derby stacks and stuff, because the problem is when you do it their way or do it the old-fashioned Derby way of letting your exhaust hang low, you're going to build up fuel no matter what, because you're just not getting these things to clear themselves out. So you're going to have fires that spit out of the exhaust, and if you got an oil burner, it's going to eventually catch on fire. And man, they just shut you down. There's no 3 strikes and you're out. They're just like, oh, fire, gotta stop, safety concern. And as derby guys, we are damn smart about, most of us are damn smart. Our firewalls are, we license plates where we can. Firewall, floor, trunk. There ain't no way a fire in that car is getting to us. You'd have to be a huge big ass fire coming around the car to get up to you. And they don't understand that. They want you to have a fire extinguisher in the car, and they practically want it welded to the roll cage. Well, if I welded the roll cage, how am I going to use it? Every time my friend has to strap his in with exhaust clamps or whatever, to make sure you point it at yourself. So if something really does happen, at least you can pull the pin and hose yourself down. So that's about the only thing I could come up with. So I want to do that because, man, if you watch the videos I have on here about raising the height on 80s cars, and I just do that to make the car higher. I've never done that to extend the travel on it, let alone leaf spring a damn 80s wagon. Because one time, if you remember, if you go back and look at the first car I won a derby with, it was for an outlaw derby class. So the funny thing was, I used the Cadillac rear end because I had it, and they're tough. Some of those Cadillac rear ends are hugely tough. It had horrible gears since it was 3-to-1s, and that's like 410s on a Cadillac. But anyways, so the back of that car got damage wasn't that bad. But this is the perfect time to leaf spring that car. But I didn't have any round back wagons or didn't have any good wagons. So I went a long time ago when I ran a leaf sprung car. That was a failure, and everybody said I was a cheater, even though everybody else was doing it at the time. I went down to my local wrecking yard, and I found the heaviest S10 Blazer, and I took the leaf springs out. I took the frame rail sections, and I made it look factory, and but that Cadillac, I stuck it leaf under on that car, and that thing, they were like, oh, you're jack, and they were like, the guy that was complaining about me cheating, your S10 was so high in the air, we could tell you were cheating. No, it wasn't. The car was dragging ass. I should have stuck the leaf spring over the axle. But anyway, so I used the same setup on the Unlimited car, on the Outlaw car, sorry. And I tried making my own leaf springs too, which didn't work out. I did have some spring steel, which is weird. I came across what I thought was quarter-inch steel. But you try and drill through this stuff, and you try and bend this shit, and it will not bend. I mean, you have to heat the tar out of it to get it to bend. I mean, this stuff was spring steel. You could take a section of it, 2 inches wide, and you could bounce up and down on this thing, and then look at it, and it's still straight as an arrow. I don't care how much weight you put on it, it kept bouncing back. So I used that on that car, and I made my own 8-9 pack leaves, and I stuck it on that Cadillac rear end, and I did it right this time. I leaf over the axle, and Cadillacs have shock mounts in different areas of the car, but how it worked out, and I had this leaf spring mounts too, how it worked out, it was hilarious. How it worked out is I had 4 sets of your typical, that car was a 73 Impala, so I had 2 sets on each side, so I had 4 freaking shocks on this car, and normally they're kind of mounted at an angle or something different. Well, I had to mount them straight up and down, if I remember. Something about how I mounted them. So I get the car off thing, and I go to jack the car up from the frame, and I shit you not, I jacked this thing up like 2 freaking feet, 2 or 3 freaking feet, and the tires never left the ground. This thing had, I forget, I tried to roughly measure it, it had like 15 to 20 inches of travel in. So ever since then, I'm thinking, God, man, if I did that in one of these demo cross cars, then I could have this car that could jump over stuff like nothing. You just have so much, I have to get better shocks, but just have so much suspension travel and so much ability to absorb the landing that I could just go around that track flat out. So I've been thinking about that one. It's just, let's be a complete moron and build what looks like your standard square back derby car, which there's some tricks to welding up the back I've done on those. That's pretty good. Pretty much weld the seams and then leaf spring the sucker and build the first off-road racing derby car and just go out there, be able to not only be able to haul ass over the jumps and not have to worry about the suspension not taking it. I have to see if I could change the weight so it wouldn't nose as much, or just I don't know, flat out more horsepower. You can figure that one out. But yeah, and then at the same time, when you came across that little Subaru trying to make a turn, you could just have a nice pointy or something on the front and just waylay that son of a bitch. You know? I think I'd probably eventually get in trouble. Like, you're being too rough. But it would just, to me, it'd just be so much fun to do just at least once. But I don't know how the wife would be like asking her, I want to go out and buy some Fox shocks or worse, some King shocks to put on my derby car. But it'd be a ton of fun. So that's about all I got for could do for demo cross or any type of stuff. As for builds, I had to sell the 68 Galaxy. That kind of bothers me because it's a failure. You know, it never got built. Can never get anything done on it. But then when you go back and look at it, it's a 4-door 68 Galaxy. I really love the movie Gone in 60 Seconds, but I would have been the only one that got that reference. It would have just been, I would have been constantly explaining people. And the off-road pacer, it's still in the works. It's a lot of work there. I'm always collect. That's what I mean. That's what this is about. I always collect everything I can before I start on a project, you know, because its sister car is a nightmare because there's a ball. And not only was it a ball, it was wrecked like so many times that this back section had been sectioned so many times. I got so much layer of steel to cut off before I can even put an apron on it. So that's why that car, it went away because I got too many other projects. I got the 41 Pontiac, which is another Mad Max car until I could afford to find all the pieces to do a retro custom. It'll never be fully restored. Somebody already subframed it, so with a Camaro Firebird front clip. So I'm technically still working on that. The problem is my job's killing me. I can't get that much done there. I restore cars for a living now, and I do one car a year, and that's just showing you how much of a headache it is to get a car done. That I do one full. And what everybody say, off the frame. These cars don't have frames. Same difference though. Rotisserie restorations, and it takes me a year to do one car. I've only done 4 cars in the last 4 years. That's exactly how it is. 4 cars in the last 4 years. So my stuff is not getting done, and when work's discouraged, you know, so I want to come home and work on it. Even the dumb projects are getting done. There's a van I bought, like I said, for this Mad Max thing we do, just to make something better to sleep in than camping. So for what's going to come up, I will do a video on building the first ever Olds 350 engine cradle, so I can get that on my garage, and my friend who's still derbying or trying can do that. I will probably post some weird Mad Max stuff about the van on here. It's stuff like how to make a car that hasn't ran in 10 years run. It's derby guys already know how to do this, but this is going to be for the other people. They want to see it, so there'll be more on the 77 Ford. It's that, I can't even think what transmission put on. Oh, E40D electric tranny with computer. That is working so sweet. So the next step is, and it's behind door number 2 there. I got another 460. Gonna port the heads. The project behind that, if you want to call it a project, or the whole scheme behind that, is to build the most efficient, I don't mean 100% fuel efficient, let's balance it out to like, yeah, we're going fuel efficient, but at the same time, max power, max fuel efficiency, just trying to like build a better mousetrap, you know, clean up the horrible ports that the Fords are known for, fix the oiling system that 460s are known for, and just build a better engine. And besides this bug, which I really need to get on, the Super Beetle is out there, which there's a few videos on. That's just my, like, a daily driver, so not much going on there, and not much worth making videos on. But as I can see, I've talked for way too long. Everybody else has left like 18 minutes ago, so that's pretty much what's going on, and I will release the tapes so you can enjoy some of the best bastard cheating in a long time. So that's pretty much it for reverse gear here. I still just, oh, wait a minute. A promise, because I do have a good idea, but this promise, if it happened or ever would happen in my life, would be so freaking awesome that I would 100% do this full time. Should have bought lottery tickets yesterday, because if I ever win the lottery, what will happen is Reverse Gil will turn into what it should be. An idiot with too much money doing some of the dumbest things out there. Because that's the problem, is money, time. If I had all the time in the world and all the money in the world, you would see some crazy dumbass shit. And then I'd probably make it more into a TV show and maybe at the end be like Seinfeld, do comedy at the end. So you guys could turn it off that time. But yeah, that would be the problem. If I ever win the lottery, the dumbest shit you can imagine that's in my brain would be happening. So as for that, typical call off sign. See ya.